The most difficult truth about betrayal is this: it rarely comes from those who openly oppose you. You know where your opponents stand. You can see their intentions. You can prepare. You can protect your interests. But betrayal? It often comes from the places where you felt most secure. It comes from the circles you trusted, the people you shared your plans with, believing that openness would be met with support. And when that trust is broken, the impact is deep because it defies your expectations. You are left wondering how you missed the signs. You might tell yourself that it happened because you were too generous, or perhaps too kind. But let us look at this through a lens of strategy, not just emotion. If a strategic thinker were observing this, they would suggest a shift in perspective. In the world of high stakes and complex relationships, being unprepared is a vulnerability. You were not disappointed because you were kind. You were disappointed because you were unguarded. You may be operating on an optimistic assumption. You believe that transparency always builds connection. You think that if you show your true cards, others will respect that honesty. But to someone looking for an advantage, your openness is not just a connection. It is information. It is leverage. The challenge is not that people are inherently bad. The challenge is that you may be reacting emotionally rather than observing logically. We all have a desire to be understood. So we speak when we should listen. We explain when we should observe. We hand over the blueprint of our plans to those who have not earned the right to see them. That is taking an unnecessary risk with your own peace of mind. It is time to evolve your approach. This is not about becoming cynical or closed off. It is about becoming strategically intelligent. Strategic intelligence is the art of seeing reality clearly. It is the ability to navigate complex social situations without being negatively affected. It is the ability to be kind, generous, and helpful while maintaining healthy boundaries. You are about to build a mental framework that protects your energy. Once you understand these principles, you will move from reacting to the situation to shaping it. The first principle of your new approach is calculated privacy. In a world that encourages constant sharing, where broadcasting every thought is the norm, you have been conditioned to believe that total transparency is necessary. You might think that sharing your goals builds a bond. Often it does not. It simply provides information. When you announce your next move before it happens, you open yourself up to judgment, or even unconscious competition. By keeping your cards close to your chest, you protect your vision. Stop seeking external validation for your plans. Stop explaining your next step before you take it. There is power in mystery. When people cannot predict your next move, they cannot interfere with it. Let them see the results only when the work is finished. Let your success speak for itself. Until then, stay focused and private. This leads us to the second principle, which is essential for your growth. Emotional discipline. There is a mindset you must adopt. I choose to be strategically intelligent, not emotionally reactive. When things go wrong, or when someone crosses a line, the instinct is to react immediately. You want to explain, you want to fix it, or you want to express your frustration. This is often what a difficult situation demands of you. It demands your energy. Imagine you are a mountain in a storm. The wind blows, but the mountain does not move. It observes the weather, but it does not become the weather. When you feel a reaction rising, pause. Step back and view the situation objectively. Ask yourself, what is the most effective response here? Often, the most powerful response is silence and observation. Maintaining your composure is the ultimate sign of self-control. The third principle is verification. It is important to understand that people act based on their own interests and perspectives. This is human nature. Relationships often align when interests align. When those interests shift, the dynamic of the relationship can change. Therefore, do not base your security solely on words or history. Base it on current actions and alignment. Always observe the situation clearly. What drives the people around you? What are their values? Trust is something that should be built over time through consistent action, not given away freely at the start. The fourth principle is discerning true intentions. You must learn to distinguish between politeness and true loyalty. These are different things. Social skills allow people to be agreeable and charming. Someone who does not have your best interests at heart may still be the one smiling the most or agreeing with everything you say. Do not be swayed by surface-level charm. Look for consistency. Look for integrity. A true ally is someone who supports you even when it is difficult, not just when it is convenient. Be professional and kind to everyone, but keep your inner circle tight. Do not mistake a pleasant interaction for a deep commitment. The fifth principle is the power of silence. We are often taught that if we explain ourselves enough, we will be understood. So when we are misunderstood, we talk more, we defend, we clarify. Try a different approach. In many interactions, the person who speaks less holds more clarity. Silence can be a powerful tool. When you use silence, you allow others to reveal themselves. They may start to over-explain or show their true motivations. When you feel the urge to over-justify your position, pause. Look them in the eye and listen. Let their words hang in the air. Silence allows the truth to surface without you having to force it. This brings us to the sixth principle: establishing firm boundaries. There is wisdom in learning from experience. If someone breaks your trust fundamentally, you must pay attention. Forgiving is important for your own peace, but forgetting the lesson is unwise. When a core boundary is crossed, the nature of that relationship changes. You can let go of resentment, but you do not have to restore access. You can be civil, but you are not obligated to be vulnerable again. Protecting your peace is your responsibility. If you allow a pattern to repeat, you are participating in it. You must have the strength to redefine the relationship and move forward. And finally, the seventh principle: moving on is the best response. You might feel the urge to prove them wrong or make them understand what they did. Do not waste your valuable energy. Holding on to bitterness keeps you tied to the past. The most effective way to handle a difficult situation is to withdraw your attention. Show that you are not defined by the event. Focus entirely on your own path, your own growth, and your own success. When you thrive and become indifferent to the past, you free yourself. Your progress is the loudest statement. Your focus is your greatest asset. Build your life so well that the past becomes irrelevant. But you must understand this. There is a shift that happens when you adopt this level of self-respect. As you begin to apply these principles, as you practice privacy and verify before you trust, your environment will change. You may feel a temporary sense of solitude. The crowd around you might thin out. Those who benefited from your lack of boundaries may drift away. Do not worry about this. You are not losing meaningful connections. You are filtering your life. You are making space for quality over quantity. This solitude is not isolation. It is elevation. It is the necessary room for you to grow. The eagle flies at a higher altitude than the flock. Accept this. Embrace the clarity. It is in this focused space that you will find your true potential. Think of the diamond. A diamond is simply material that has withstood immense pressure and came out stronger. The challenges you face, the difficult lessons, the pressure of life, these are not here to break you. They are the process. They are refining your character, removing what is unnecessary, and turning you into something resilient, clear, and valuable. You are evolving. You are becoming unbreakable. Now, you stand at a turning point. You have a decision to make. You can go back to the way things were. You can continue to overextend yourself, to be unprepared, and to wonder why things do not change. Or you can decide that today marks a new chapter. You can decide to step into your potential. You can decide that from this moment forward, you will observe more. You will control your responses, and you will navigate life with wisdom. The world respects strength. It respects intelligence. It respects strategy. If you are ready to make that shift, if you are ready to leave the unprepared version of yourself behind and become the architect of your own future, then make a commitment. Do not just think it. Act on it. Scroll down and write this affirmation in the comments. I choose to be strategically intelligent. Write it. Own it. Let this be the moment you decided to take control. The game has changed, because now you are playing with wisdom.